right, good luck, Max. That's it.
So as you just heard, Max Scherzer said it out loud that a deal was not done just yet. Obviously, that's why I'm making today's lockout update video. But the good news is that was after a third consecutive day of negotiating with the owners, and they're back at it again today. So that marks the fourth consecutive day, and hopefully we can get this deal done before the deadline of February 28th. Robert Manfred and the owner said if we don't have a deal done by Monday, regular season games are going to be missed and we're not going to pay you back for it. And also, I just want to note that apparently a lot of people are upset that Max Scherzer drives a Porsche, that it's really insensitive to pull up to the meetings in which he's fighting for the not rich guys, and he pulls up in a Porsche. I don't understand why people are upset of almost anything nowadays, but either way, what's going on, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. As the title says, we're going to go ahead and talk about Joey Gallo, my friend, pretty much saying that he doesn't want the shift to get banned, but he wants to see some changes to it. And also, Marcus Stroman, he called out his former team and their brand new GM, so we're going to break it down piece by piece. And I just want to note, I have a splitting migraine right now, so if it sounds like I'm all over the place, just my head is in a lot of pain. Hopefully, I do not have the vid. I'm going to go get tested later, but either way, let's go ahead and do a quick update on the lockout and what each side is negotiating for today. So first and foremost, the players want a minimum salary of $775,000, and then every single year after that, they want it to be increased by $30,000. The owners, they want to start at $640,000 with an increment of $10,000 over the next 5 years. So that is a pretty big difference in my opinion. 775 with 30,000 in increases compared to 640 with 10,000 in increases. The players want a $115 million pre-arbitration pool, and we know that the owners are sitting at a paltry $20 million for the top 30 players. The 115 presented by the players would be divvied up against 150 players. Moving on, the players want the top 8 picks in next year's draft to be lottery based, whereas the owners want 5. And the biggest issue right now, the CBT. If you don't know what that means, I will simplify it. It is the luxury tax. So the owners want a $214 million luxury tax threshold, whereas the players want 245, with increases to 273 million by the final year. And if you go over, the owners want a tax penalty of 50, 75, and 100%. That is the tier system that they're going with, and the players, they want a tier system that stops at 62.5% if a team goes $40 million over the threshold. So they're trying to encourage teams to spend more money, which would make sense and correlate to the increase in revenue that baseball has experienced over the last decade. So that pretty much does it for the lockout update. They are going on the 4th consecutive day. Those are the 4 biggest issues that I could come up with, but for right now, it looks like the luxury tax, the CBT, is the biggest thing remaining, and if they don't see eye to eye by Monday, regular season games are going to be missed. All right, let's go ahead and throw up this graphic right here. This was a shift that was held against Joey Gallo a few years ago. The Astros said, hey, you're Joey Gallo, you only pull baseballs and you hit line drives in the gap, or you're gonna hit it over the fence. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna limit your opportunities to get on base, and this is their shift. Now, a lot of people are saying, hey, Joey, you could hit 500 if you just bunted to the left side or you simply push the ball the other way. Baseball is not as easy as how you guys are making it out to be. Otherwise, everyone would just go the other way. Juan Soto is the only player that makes it look normal and that you can just go the other way every single at bat. It's not like that. Now, before I read again, I just want to throw this graphic up right now. This is what Joey Gallo is talking about. Now, the quote from Gallo himself, my friend, our friend, I get the defensive strategies. I do. I am 100% not against that. But I think at some point you have to fix the game a little bit, Gallo said. I don't understand how I'm supposed to hit a double or a triple when I have 6 guys standing in the outfield. He later goes on to say, I think that most hitters are pretty adamant on the shift, that they have something to do with it, obviously. So he's saying that hitters are aware that the reason why a shift is a thing is because of weaknesses in their own game. He's admitting that. I don't really see many hitters going, the shift is pretty awesome, man. They need to keep that. So he's saying that the shift is an issue because hitters have deficiencies, but he still wants to see it limited. I think people understand that hitting is hard enough, but when you have guys standing in different positions where it almost makes it impossible to get hits, that makes it even harder, obviously. I think that the no infielders in the outfield rule make a huge difference or be huge for the league. You can still shift, but you can't put multiple guys in the outfield. At the end of the day, I think extra base hits are important, and line drives to the the outfield should be hit. So let me know in the comment section down below, whose side are you on? Are you on the side of Joey Gallo, where you believe a line drive in the gap should be an extra base hit? When we were growing up in Little League and high school, you did not have 6 outfielders covering one side of the outfield, one side of the diamond. That was not a thing. Obviously, when you progress into college baseball, minor league baseball, and professional, actual Major League Baseball, you are going to have shifts employed against you, and that is the name of the game. You have to try and go the other way or bunt the other way, which again is a whole lot harder than people make it out to be. So let me know. Do you think that Major League Baseball should limit the shift? I'm on the side where I don't believe that a shift should be banned entirely, but would you make the argument that infielders should be infielders and outfielders should be outfielders? That if Joey Gallo laces a line drive to the outfield gap, an infielder standing right there should not be legal. So let me know your opinions. We're going to move on to Marcus Stroman. He called out his former team, the New York Mets, as well as their brand new GM. He says that Billy Epler, he lacked awareness when he was with the Angels. And I don't know if he is talking about Billy Epler's lack of awareness in regards to signing pitching, because that is what the Angels really needed. Mike Trout did not need 7-star hitters. He needed pitching, or maybe he meant that he lacked awareness in regards to the unfortunate situation with Matt Harvey, Tyler Skaggs, CJ Cron, and a couple other players that were unfortunately doing some not so great things, and tragically it led to the loss of life of Tyler Skaggs. It was one of the more sad moments that I can remember as a fan of Major League Baseball. He also said that Mets fans were absolutely terrible to him. They were throwing out slurs, death threats, everything like that. So Marcus Stroman says that he is happy to be out of New York and with the Chicago Cubs. So that pretty much does it for today's MLB recap. And just to kind of put a bow on the entire video, Max Scherzer said out loud that a deal is not done, and the 4 biggest issues: the players want a minimum salary of $775K with increases of $30,000 over the next 5 years. The owners want $640K with a $10,000 increase. The players want $115 million in a pre-arb pool that is divvied up to 150 players. The owners are at $20 million for the top 30 players. Players want the next draft to be lottery based, and the top 8 picks will be randomized. The owners are sitting at the top 5 picks, and the biggest issue right now, owners want the luxury tax threshold to start at $214 million, whereas the players, they're about $31 million away from that. They want it to be starting at $245 million with lesser penalties. So let me know what you think of the lockout update. Joey Gallo basically saying that he doesn't want the shift to get banned, but he wants to see some changes where infielders are infielders and outfielders stay outfielders. And also Marcus Stroman calling out the Mets. Whether you think Marcus Stroman is annoying or you're happy that he uses his social media to speak for himself and stand for issues that he believes in, again, that's up for your own interpretation. But thank you guys for watching. Stay safe out there. I'm gonna go take an ibuprofen or an Excedrin because my head hurts.